Alright, so what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So this video, what I want to do is I want to clear everything up once and for all, because I feel like this is constantly still going on where people still don't understand whether we need to have supplements in our arsenal or whether it's all just a big hype and a waste of money, and also what are the supplements that we do really need and what again is just a waste of money and isn't really going to benefit us in our, chasing our goals and trying to make our achievements, whether it being in a diet phase, losing body fat, or trying to grow and add muscle tissue. Now, this is all down to personal opinion. This is my opinion on the supplements that I take and what I feel is going to be useful and what is just a big waste of money. How I like to work and how I like to do all my videos to give you guys my advice and tips is by what I've visually seen within myself or with my clients or other people that I spoke to in my gym. I don't like to go off of studies or research and things like that, because there's so much different things that can come into play. You have to think of things like, how long ago was this study done? Who was the study done on? Who was the individual? What's a bit of the history of their background? What was their goal that they were trying to achieve? And also, if you look at these studies, you'll always see that they say it's done on the average person. Now, in my personal opinion, who's the average person? Everybody is completely different. The day and age that we live in today, I'm seeing people as young as like 16 who are absolutely massive, they're brutally strong, and then I'm seeing some people who are like 25, 27, and they're like stick thin, they look like a breadstick. So I personally don't believe that there is an average person nowadays. So the studies that I like to go off by is personal opinion and what I've visually seen with either in myself or what I've seen with my clients. So this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down what I really think is a useful supplement to have in your stack and what is really just a waste of money and is a big hype that you're seeing across social media. But before we get into this video, cue the intro. Alright, so I want to start off this video with the most popular supplement that no doubt everybody has either used or is still currently using as we speak in their stack. And that of course is a whey protein. So as you can see here, the biggest supplement that I have is the whey protein. Now there are a few different other types of whey protein. You have the impact whey, an isolate whey, and a diet whey. I personally believe the best one to use is an isolate whey. Isolate whey is a more concentrated form of whey protein. Therefore, if you're someone who has a lactose intolerant, you're going to be able to digest this a lot easier. You're not going to have any gut issues. You're not going to have it all coming out the other end of you. And of course, the whey protein is very fast and rapid absorbing. So whenever you finished up your workout, you get immediately into that anabolic state by using an isolate whey, because it flicks on that switch for the protein machinery, and the recovery and repair stage automatically starts repairing the muscles that you've broken down through the workout. So that's why personally I find that isolate whey is the best form of whey protein to use in your stack. Moving on to the next supplement, and this is a funny supplement because people from the past and even still to this day believe that this supplement is a steroid. Now I can clarify and confirm to you guys right now that this next supplement I'm going to show you, which no doubt you probably know, is not a steroid. And that of course is none other than a creatine monohydrate. People always go on about it making you hold on to water. Now I can also confirm right now, creatine monohydrate will not make you hold on to water. What will make you hold on to water is an out of condition body. If your physique is out of condition, that is what's going to hold on to water. Creatine monohydrate will not hold on to water. Creatine is stored in the cells within the muscle, also known as intracellular. So it stores into the muscles, making the muscles look fuller and bigger. If you look soft and have water retention, that's because you're fat and you're holding water intracellular, which is in between the muscle and the skin. So don't blame it on the creatine. It just means you've got too much body fat on you, you're holding on to too much water. So you either need to diet harder or train harder to get more energy output, to get yourself more into a calorie deficit, to drop that body fat. So stop blaming creatine for holding on to water or looking soft. It's your own fault. You either need to diet harder or train a lot harder. Creatine is also good for replacing ATP levels, which of course is going to help with strength and more repetitions within your workout. Now for you guys that are unaware, there are 21 amino acids within our body, 9 of those being essential, the remaining being non-essential. L-glutamine is a non-essential amino acid. So it's pretty obvious, right? L-glutamine is a non-essential amino acid. Therefore, it is a non-essential supplement. However, I like to use it for one purpose and one purpose only, and that is for gut health. L-glutamine will aid in your gut health. All I can suggest is the dosage. 10 grams pre-workout is personally what I like to use. Some people like to have 10 to 15 grams intra-workout. Some people like to have their 10 grams post-workout. Again, that's going to depend on the individual, their goals, and how they respond to the L-glutamine. For me, and from my personal experience, I've found that 10 grams with my pre-workout meal has always been the best, and I've seen the best results and best gut health from that. So moving on to the next supplement. Now this supplement is going to be very debatable. So many people are going to have different opinions on this. I personally used to believe that this supplement was very essential. You had to have it in regardless of what you were doing. Whether you were dieting or bulking, you had to have this. However, recently, I've started to believe that you don't actually need this supplement in your stack because of the results that I've personally seen from when I've used it to this off season, because I've hardly used it at all. And the results have been very, very minimal. So the difference in using it and not using it has been very, very minimal. So I personally believe now, from personal experience and my personal opinion, that this isn't actually an essential supplement to have in your stack, and that of course is BCAAs. So for you guys that don't know what this is, BCAAs is our branched chain amino acids made up of the 3 most essential amino acids that our body requires: leucine, isoleucine, and valine. So with BCAAs being made up of the 3 most essential amino acids that our body require, I used to believe that no matter what, if it's that essential, our body must need it. We have to have this supplement in our stack. We need it. We can't go without it. We're never going to grow. We're not going to make the results. We're not going to keep protein synthesis. We're not going to turn that protein machinery on without BCAAs. This off season, after my competition, I stopped using BCAAs altogether. I didn't use it once, and the ones that I have here are the ones that I still had through my prep. And the difference that I've seen from when I was using it to now have been very, very minimal. I haven't seen hardly any difference at all. The amount of protein that we get in from solid foods or even whey protein is more than enough. So the only other benefits that I see coming from BCAAs is taste. That's about it. Of course, you're going to get your amino acids, but you already get enough of those from the solid foods that you're eating. The chicken, the eggs, the turkey, the whey protein, all that stuff is going to have more than enough leucine, isoleucine, and valine in them that you don't need a BCAA. So if you're dieting or if you're in the middle of a prep, 2 things that you're going to lack is flavour and taste to your food. And if you're someone who has a sweet craving and you're getting very deep into your diet or your prep phase and you're starting to have those cravings for something sweet, that's when you can start using a BCAA, because the flavours are very, very sweet. For example, one that I like to use is watermelon, or they also have an orange one, which is very, very sweet. And I did use that during my prep, mainly for that. I did believe back in the day that BCAAs, of course, was going to help with the protein synthesis, but I was already getting that job done with the food that I was eating from solid meat. Chicken and the eggs, the turkey, all that stuff. The job was already done, so the BCAAs were just added excess amino acids that my body didn't really need. And also what you have to remember is amino acids is calories. So if you're dieting or if you're on a prep and you're consuming too many BCAAs throughout the whole day, that could be 200 to 400 calories. So be aware of that, and I think I have explained that in another video, but again, just be aware of that. The only benefit that you're mainly going to get from a BCAA is taste. You don't need it, is not essential, and that's from a personal opinion. Again, other people out there will have a different take on it, and if you do, let me know in the comments below. So that's pretty much it for the supplements that I really feel that is essential. Now there are other few supplements here from Strong Sports Nutrition. I'm not going to talk in depth about this because I've already done a video on that. If you want to see that video, head over to the link in the description and you can find out more information about all these supplements here. But these are again the main essential supplements that I will use, which is Support Max, Stimumax, a pre-workout based with stimulants, Vascumax, another pre-workout with no stimulants, and Glycomax, also known as a GDA. Again, if you want to find out more about these, go to that other video to find out more in depth about them. But as you can see, the essential supplements are very basic. So many people are following the hype of what they're seeing on social media, saying they've got to get this supplement and that supplement and all the supplements under the sun. It's not the case. Keep it basic, keep it simple. Most of my clients and most of my loyal subscribers will always know that I keep everything most basic as possible. A whey protein, a creatine monohydrate, L-glutamine, and that's it. Not even a BCAA. So if anything, get rid of it. You don't need a BCAA. Keep it to the minimum, and I always like to say you want to get the most out of the minimum as possible. So get whatever you can, the maximum out of the littlest as possible. That is obviously going to help with your health in the long run, because the main thing that we always want to look after is our health, our main organs, our hearts and things like that, so we can actually do this for a long period of time. And the way that we can do that is by getting the maximum out of the littlest as possible. So that's pretty much it, guys. Basic and simple is the way to go. Now, if you like this video and you agree with all the supplements that I think that is essential and non-essential and just a big waste of money, let me know by giving this video a big thumbs up. And like I said at the start, communicate with me. Let me know your feedback and your opinion on what supplements you think are essential and what supplements you think is just a big waste of money. And also, let me know what supplements that you are currently using right now as we speak. I like to communicate with all of you, and I want you guys that are watching to communicate with each other. That's what it's all about with these videos. So before you head off, click that thumbs up and leave a comment down below. And also, if you want to find out about these supplements here, a more in-depth review of what these do and what I think about them, check out that link in the description below. And if you're new around here, don't forget, click that subscribe button before you head off, and I'll see you on the next video. As always, guys, stay safe and make it happen. Peace.
Chasing shadows, they're always haunting me, but